up today, a call for cooperation and unity from President Park Geun-hye as the 20th National Assembly officially opens. She also reiterates the need for a tough stance against North Korea. South Korea and Russia reaffirm that they will not accept North Korea as a nuclear weapons state and agree to cooperate for the denuclearization of the Korean peninsula. First, the FBI says it's highly confident the terrorist that killed 50 people at a gay nightclub in Orlando was radicalized. There are also reports the shooter may have been scoping out other targets. Stay tuned for these stories and more. Hello to our viewers around the world. It's 6 a.m. on Tuesday, June 14th here in Seoul. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mark Broom. Our top story this morning, President Park Geun-hye has appealed to lawmakers at the newly opened National Assembly to work with her and each other to boost the economy, improve people's livelihoods and counter North Korea. The president's remarks came during a speech Monday at the official opening ceremony of the 20th National Assembly. Our presidential office correspondent Song Ji-son starts us off.
Harmony and collaboration. President Park said the two concepts are what the people anticipate from the new parliament and called on lawmakers to put the people first. She added that there can be no ruling or opposition parties when it comes to the people. Pointing to the economic challenges facing the country, the president also called for passage bills aimed at reviving the economy, as the previous assembly declined to pass reform bills related to her key policy initiatives.
앞으로 20대 국회에서는 이런 민생과 직결되는 법안들이 좀 더 일찍 통과되어 국민들의 고통을 조금이라도 덜어드릴 수 있도록 협조해 주시기를 바랍니다.
President Park also mentioned her recent trips to East Africa and Iran and characterized them as attempts to explore new markets, while noting that restructuring and deregulation are the only way to create new growth engines and jobs. She also invited lawmakers to join her efforts to gain international consensus and turn up the pressure on North Korea, and thanked them for passing a North Korean human rights bill in the 19th National Assembly.
앞으로 북한이 핵을 포기하고 폐쇄와 고립에서 벗어나 남북이 보다 평화롭고 번영된 삶을 누리는 길을 열어가는데 제20대 국회가 함께해 주실 것으로 믿습니다.
Seeking to lay the groundwork for a more cooperative politics, Park called the lawmakers a partner in state affairs and reiterated her vow last month to improve communication with the parliament and hold regular meetings with the leaders of main political parties. Song Ji-son, Arirang News.
Now, before the president came up to the podium, the new National Assembly Speaker gave his first speech as Leader of Parliament. He struck a different tone to the president, and the rival parties are quick to give their own assessments of both speeches. Ji Myung-gil with the details.
Korea's 300 new and returning lawmakers took oaths to abide by the Constitution and serve the public at the opening ceremony for the 20th National Assembly on Monday. In his keynote speech, Assembly Speaker Chung Se-kyun said it is Parliament's duty to take responsibility for both the country and the people. He also said lawmakers have a duty to put Korea's stagnant economy back on track as the country is heading into a long recession. In addition, Chung, who as Speaker has no party affiliation, urged the rival parties to work together to tackle the challenges the country is facing and vowed to do his best to support them. Chung also said it is necessary to amend the Constitution, which was last revised in 1987, though he didn't elaborate on the reasons for his remark.
The manner of revising the Constitution cannot be dealt with lightly, nor can it be ignored. Someone must do it.
Following the Speaker's remarks, President Park Geun-hye offered a congratulatory speech in which she called for greater cooperation with her administration from lawmakers. The three main parties had mixed reactions to the president's remarks.
It was a sincere speech welcoming the opening of the 20th National Assembly and respecting lawmakers as partners in the execution of state affairs.
The speech lacked humble acceptance of the people's judgment in the April general election or a will to reflect the people's will in the management of state affairs.
The president should first have apologized for not showing the kind of cooperative spirit that she had promised party leaders at the meeting May 13th.
Despite their criticism, the opposition parties also welcomed the president's affirmation of an earlier proposal to hold regular meetings with parliamentary leaders. The next task for the three political parties is deciding which members to name for the 18 standing parliamentary committees, which they're aiming to do as soon as possible. Kim Hyung-gil, Arirang News.
Now, Byungse is in Moscow for talks with his Russian counterpart in the first official visit to Russia by the South Korean foreign minister. Minister Yoon's discussions with Sergei Lavrov are expected to send a strong message to North Korea. Connie Kim reports.
South Korean Foreign Minister Byungse and his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov agreed to strengthen cooperation on dealing with North Korea's nuclear weapons program and expand bilateral exchanges. The two top diplomats have shared the same view that the biggest obstacle hindering bilateral cooperation in various fields is the North's nuclear weapons program. They also reaffirmed that it is crucial for the international community to fully implement UN sanctions in leading North Korea to take a different direction, namely denuclearization. Yoon's meeting with Lavrov in Russia is in line with pressuring Pyongyang to give up its nuclear weapons program. Russia, North Korea's traditional ally and a member of the six-party nuclear talks, has supported the Kim Jong-un regime, but Moscow has recently become reluctant to show its support. Yoon and Lavrov also saw eye to eye on boosting cooperation in various fields, including politics and the economy, which was agreed upon when the two presidents of the two countries held a summit in Seoul last year to mark the 25th anniversary of establishing diplomatic ties. Seoul and Moscow agreed to expand exchanges in the trade, automobile, and the agricultural sectors, with aims to recover a record bilateral trade level posted in 2014. Further bilateral cooperation will be sought as the two countries signed a 2016 to 2017 deal on mutual exchange between the foreign ministries. They've also left the door open for another bilateral summit in the future. Connie Kim, Arirang News.
Now, another hack attack by North Korea. The regime has gained access to over 40,000 documents, some of which contain military information. South Korean officials say Pyongyang may have a large-scale cyber attack up its sleeve. Kim Hyun-bin reports.
South Korea's National Police Agency says North Korea hacked into a software program that manages computer networks in the south. It said over 42,000 documents from two conglomerates, SK Group and Hanjin Group, were leaked in February. Hanjin is a parent company of Korea's top airline, Korean Airlines, which also develops military jets. The leaked data includes data on military communication networks and design drawings for the wing of the U.S. F-15 fighter jet. But police said there was no leak of crucial information, such as blueprints for aviation engines or military secrets. The internet address was traced to Ryugyongdong Hotel in Pyongyang, the exact location used for a 2013 cyber attack on South Korean broadcasting stations and banks. The management network was made by a civilian company, and it links all computers in the network, making it possible for the hackers to erase and update the software. Some 160 conglomerates and government agencies use this software. Police said they began the investigation after receiving tips that the North distributed suspected malicious codes in February. Police also said North Korea was preparing for a large-scale cyber attack on over 130,000 South Korean computers. Kim Hyun-bin, Arirang News.
The investigation into South Korea's fifth largest conglomerate, Lotte Group, is heating up. After a raid on Lotte's headquarters and the homes of key executives last week, authorities are looking deeper into suspicions of slush funds and the group's murky governance structure. Kim Min-ji reports.
Prosecutors on Monday said investigators have found over $2 million in cash and a stash of documents belonging to Shin Gyok-ho, the founder of Lotte Group. The trove was found in the home of the founder's niece, and prosecutors believe that it comes from the personal safe in his office at Lotte Hotel. Although company officials questioned on the matter have said the money consists of dividends and salaries, prosecutors are looking into whether it is part of a company/fund. In fact, they say they have traced over $25 million in suspicious funds belonging to Shin and his second son Dongbin, the chairman of Lotte Group. This comes after prosecutors raided the group's head office, key branch offices, and the homes of key executives last Friday as part of a probe into the slush fund allegations, possible tax evasion, and claims the group stockpiled wealth through internal trading among its affiliates. In light of the probe, Lotte's key administrative and management body is also under pressure. Prosecutors plan to summon key executives from the policy headquarters, which also employs close aides of the owner family. With that, the conglomerate's business plans are also taking a hit. Lotte Hotel had planned to go public on the local bourse in late June, but that's been pushed indefinitely. Lotte has also withdrawn its bid to take over US-based petrochemical firm Axial Corporation. The investigation comes amid the ongoing internal strife between the group's chairman Shin Dongbin and his elder brother Dongju. The elder Shin was stripped of his executive titles at 3 of Lotte's affiliates early last year and has since been struggling to claw his way back up. Kim Min-ji, Arirang News.
The FBI has portrayed the terror suspect behind Sunday's mass shooting in Orlando as an apparent homegrown extremist who didn't appear to have received external direction. FBI Director James Comey says Omar Mateen had strong indications of radicalization and was inspired by foreign terrorist organizations. He said that Mateen, a 29-year-old New York native and son of Afghan immigrants, not only pledged loyalty to the Islamic State group, but also expressed solidarity with the al-Nusra Front in Syria and to the perpetrators of the Boston Marathon bombing. Comey says the police are trying to determine whether Mateen had recently scouted Disney World as a potential target, as reported by People.com, that cited an unidentified federal law enforcement source. 50 people were killed and 53 injured in the massacre at a gay nightclub in Orlando. Now, on a much happier note, diversity reigned at Sunday's Tony Awards, with 4 musical acting awards given to black actors. The show saw all 4 major musical acting awards go to black actors for the first time in the ceremony's 70-year history. 3 went to the Broadway hit Hamilton, a blockbuster hip-hop musical which has been heralded specifically for its ethnically diverse cast. Leslie Odom Jr. took the lead actor award, while Daveed Diggs and Renee Elise Goldsberry took home the featured actor and actress prize, respectively. Cynthia Erivo took home the lead actress award with the musical The Color Purple, breaking Hamilton's streak. Now, artists and performers are taking over Korea's southern resort island of Jeju for an annual festival this week. The events provide visitors a wonderful cultural experience and also exposure for the performers. Our Lee Ji-won reports from Jeju.
Under the blue sky of Jeju Island, the 9th Jeju Haevichi Arts Festival officially kicked off Monday. From award ceremonies that recognize artists who have contributed a lot to promoting local culture to exciting and enjoyable performances, various events were prepared to celebrate the opening of this festival. The annual event seeks to boost exchanges of cultural and artistic performances and establish expertise in cultural institutes. And the festival's art market is one way of achieving it. About 150 exhibitors promote and introduce their performances and businesses. Moonhwa Icon is a producer and a distributor that has been participating in the festival for 8 years.
This festival is where you can meet numerous industry people and create networks with them. It's a rare opportunity, and this year we also prepared a showcase so more people can know about it.
The festival has grown to become one of the biggest in Korea. An estimated 1,500 industry people and 12,000 visitors in total are expected to attend. The expansion of one of the events, Jeju In Festival, is illustrative of its growth. Through Jeju In Festival, 25 different groups will perform in different spots around the island. New stages have also been built, including the Hyundai Motors headquarters in Jeju. The area is filled with enlightening music as string quartets and other ensembles perform. And though they play on small stages around the island, the opportunity could give them the exposure they need to land shows at bigger venues.
There aren't many stages for contemporary bands like ourselves that play Korean traditional music. I hope there are more festivals like this so that many performers can truly concentrate on their work and give their best.
With more cultural programs and performances prepared through Wednesday, Jeju Haevichi Arts Festival will fill the island with art and music. 이지원, 아리랑 뉴스 제주.
Well, those are stories we have for you at this hour. For more of the latest, don't forget to check out the website arirang.com/news. Have a great day. Goodbye.